disappear.
Good morning. I'm going to call it today Multimeter Day because that's what consumed the largest chunk of my day, even though it wasn't really a whole lot of it. Pretty much spent the whole day around here at the house. I went through my desk and cleaned stuff out, opened some birthday cards and whatnot that I didn't get to yesterday. Speaking of which, thank you for the birthday wishes and kind words on yesterday's video and comment form. I appreciate that, as always. Also got the mail today and received the 2017 M5 Owners Group calendar. White balance. Last year somebody put together a calendar. This guy, I think it's a different guy this year, maybe it's the same guy, I don't know. But there's another one, and it's a cool thing. They take pictures submitted by everybody on the owners group. So there's 12 or more different cars represented here. These ones are more stock looking than last year. A lot of aftermarket ones. We got that Dakar yellow facelift there. That looks like it's got some different wheels on it and headlights. And a bumper. Well, I guess maybe not so stock. We got a red plenum cover, strut tower brace, shifter, wheels, hood, bumper, fogs, grill. But the fun part is, if we keep going, we're in September. I know that car. See that on the forum around the owners group. We got a wagon M5, which is probably a real one that somebody actually built with the right engine and all that. We get to November and we turn the page again. And there we are. There's Kenan, Luke, my car. They blurred the license plates for some reason. But a couple good pictures of each. So that's cool. We made the December page representing E39 source. But back to the multimeter story. So the multimeter I've been using, my dad gave to my grandfather. It's written in the owner's manual. It was a Christmas gift in 1992, which puts it about a year, almost exactly a year older than I am. Which is funny, 51 weeks older than I. And it worked really well up until recently. I used it one time and it was reading crazy values all over the place. And then I dug it out today and I tried to use it and the fuse was blown and there's an extra one in there. So I popped the extra one in and it blew. So I went to Lowe's and I spent like $9 on new fuses and put the fuses in and fresh batteries and it won't turn on. The display doesn't come on. It's a really old, it's digital, but it's like a really good one. It was probably $100 or more back then, and it's been in the garage, so it's in a cold environment, but it's never been wet or dropped or anything that I know of. So gave up on it, sunk costs in attempting to replace the fuses. So I ended up buying with Amazon gift card money for birthdays. I forget the name of it now. It's like an EX330 or something. It was a really well-reviewed one for under $50. It's digital, it's auto. What do they call that? Auto ranging or something like that. You don't have a knob with about 50 different positions on it to put it on volts AC, volts DC, 300, you know, they have like the 1000, 110. It doesn't have any of that. You just put it on volts AC and then it just tells you how many volts. I don't know why there need to be all these different settings for having to know how much power you're going to be sticking the probes into. It should just tell you. If it's 10 volts or 600 volts, it should be able to tell you and not have to be on a specific setting. I'll show you in a couple days when I get it. It'll be Amazon Prime, so it'll be a nice little toy here for Christmas, birthday. I don't use one very often, but I definitely want to have one that I know how to use, and B, trust. You know, working with electricity, you do not want to have a multimeter that shows you there's no volts, so it turns out there's 220. That would just be a bad day for everybody. So there's that. Megan and her friend Sarah came down tonight. We went to Don Patron and Hudson for dinner. It's a bad night to go there. It's Monday night. They had like 2 people working the whole restaurant. We went in and stood there by the bar for like 5 or 7 minutes before they seated us. Then we sat down several more minutes before anybody came and took a drink order. And then somebody else came over and they're like, yeah, you got to give your drink order again. It's this Mexican guy and we didn't understand him. And then the food took forever to come out and it was cold. It was just a really bad experience, and usually it's the opposite, so that was disappointing. But we came back here and Rosvan and Sabrina and Kenan came over. We had a few drinks. I just watched some Family Guy. It's 1:15 and time for bed. So that was Monday. I thought it was Sunday all day, to be honest with you. Tomorrow's Tuesday. I have nothing going on. It's that crazy week before Christmas that isn't too crazy because I've done all of my shopping online, with the exception of those fuses. So that's that. I'm going to go sleep. I'm going to finish my mail for today. And maybe we'll find something more interesting tomorrow. Sorry these are so boring, but in this downtime of just relaxing and doing boring house stuff, there's not a whole lot going on. But talk to you on Tuesday. Good night.